There you go.
Does this make a difference to you guys now? Right.
Okay, Jens wants to lead off, please. Shimoon.
Vinny,
Hey there.
could that have gone any worse tonight?
Any what?
Could that have gone any worse tonight?
Oh my God. Simple answer, yes. I can't say much more than that. Of course, he could have gone worse, and you know, when you say it could have gone worse, that means there were some good things as well in his performance, and I have to focus on that side of it against the best team in the world at the moment.
What have you said to the players?
Excuse me?
What have you said to the players?
Same as last year, first game in the championship. I don't want an emotional roller coaster where you win one game, you're on a hype, you lose one game, you're in a, you think it's dramatic. Progress again. Work harder than every other team, every team in the Premier League. That's our job. And progress. This team has to be now. I'm talking. It's almost like an ideological thing, you know, where this team has to be the worst it's ever going to be this season at this moment in time, because you progress all the way through the season.
And what were the positives that you didn't see tonight?
No, the positives is you always say to the team, you know, get something out of the game. You know, you want to have a result. That's a given. But there's other things in this game that create a foundation for the season. So winning tackles, going at defenders 1v1, creating chances, moving the ball, pressing. And I can tell you periods of the game where I'd want more, but I can also give you a lot of periods in the game where I thought they've done themselves proud, of course.
Thanks, Shimoon. Paul.
Vinny, was that period 15, 20 minutes after Kevin went off where you really kind of throwing everything at City and the crowd were getting behind you? And does that give you a kind of sense of what might happen this season if you kind of get a bit of momentum?
Yeah, the crowd's always been behind us, always. And I wish we could have turned a little bit the momentum again in just the last 20 minutes of the game, see if we could maybe throw a few more players on to create more danger, but then, you know, as it happened, it's especially with the red card, and well, the red card was very late on, but as it happened, we didn't, you know, the game kind of settled in the middle a little bit in the end of the game. But there's definitely things that I look at and say, okay, you know, there's a lot of teams going through a game against City losing 3-0 and they don't even have one of these moments that we had, you know, and we had enough today to get something, you know. I'm not saying a result, but to you know, to maybe get on the score sheet or something. But they're the best team, so even when they defend the box, it looks like you're getting a big chance, but they're so quick at coming back and they do it so well that for some of them it's bread and butter, really.
Thank you, mate. Martin.
Any complaints about the red card? It was just frustration, really.
No, it's a striker trying to make what should I call it, a tactical foul, with tackling with the technique of a striker, unfortunately. So no complaints. Technique was wrong, could have been bad. I don't think in the end he touches him too hard in terms of, you know, it's not full contact and it's not a leg breaker, but it could have been a bad tackle, and you've got to accept the consequences.
Thanks, Martin. Andy.
Vinny, just you know, with a few of the Everton tonight, obviously there are a lot of young players in there, you know, Zeki and James especially, sort of very young, first Premier League experience against, as you say, one of the best teams in the world.
Look, the first game, especially against them, you're always hoping that the thought, the idea you have and the game you envisage for them actually comes off. But I thought Luka was extremely positive in the first half, then he ran out of steam a little bit, but as you can expect, I thought Zeki had moments between the lines where he looked like he could really do something, also power through at times and create a chance out of nothing, which you need in against these type of teams. Sander, I think, looked like he'd been here for a long time already, so and I'm going to forget some, you know, so in this sense, me saying that the team's only going to get stronger, I think it's fair. I think it's fair, and that's what we have to look for.
Thank you. Last one.
Just on the, I don't think it was many times last season, if at all, where you sort of started with a back five. Was that sort of specific, or is that something you might look at throughout the season?
No, and I wouldn't even call it a back five. It's just you're trying within the zone to have the profile of players that can match what their players can cause you in terms of problem. I feel we also didn't have to compromise too much in terms of how we were able to manipulate the ball ourselves, because that's what a so-called back five can cause as well. And we were flexible enough to switch it during the game to, in the second half, it was essentially a back four, but I can't remember who asked, but you see, they adapted, we adapted, then they adapted again, and we had to adapt again. And when you have 7 years of cohesion, it gives you a little bit of an advantage in those terms.
And really last one.
Do you talk to Kevin De Bruyne after this injury?
No, actually, I haven't seen him, but it's very crowded there. So I hope he's going to be fine. What a player he is, of course.
Thank you, everyone.
So thank you guys.
Thank you.